Hey friends, hey, we're back. We're back. Come on back in, grab a seat at the table. I'm so glad you are still here. I'm so glad you are sticking it out with us.
First winner.
Oh dear.
My first
Trying to
winner.
get it down. Turn myself down. Hey, I know Michelle is just finishing up. And while you are finishing with her, I'm just going to get on here so we don't have a drop. And I will take care of my business and we'll be good to go. So thank you guys so much. I hope you're enjoying the day. I really, really do. I hope you're enjoying the time with Michelle and I hope you're learning a lot. If you are just hopping on right now and you haven't been with us all morning, hey, Missy, we are doing a Two Friends One Day event, Michelle Hill at the Vintage Daisy and I, and we're each doing 3 one-hour sessions. And this is my second one. And we are creating journals. That's what we both love to do, among other things. But today we're creating journals. We're also doing some gifting and just celebrating friendship. I'm so glad you've had a good time. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Really, really am. I am enjoying it very much as well. So it's a good bonus for us as well. Hey, Sherry, how's it going? Now, I was laughing because Michelle was eating Swedish fish, right? And this will tell you the difference in our life. Hey, Patsy, my snack was dehydrated vegetables. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Swedish fish. I'll just be honest. I love a good gummy bear. Hey, Debbie Fritz, but I do love these dehydrated veggie bits. So that's what I was eating, so that's the difference right there between us, or one difference anyway. Hey, Janet, hello. And I still have it in my teeth. And I've switched from coffee to Diet Pepsi, but it's all caffeine and that's all good. So since we have been apart, I need a better snack. I know. I have continued to work on our little bits of beautiful here. I'll give you a quick tour of what I did. I did move to get us out of the sun, Grace. Does it feel like we're backwards now? It feels we're very backwards to me. I always work on that side of the table. I have no idea why, but I just came around to the other side and the sun's going over there. I just took our little covered paper clips and I gave them just a little bit of inking around the edges just to bring them together. Hey, Miss Patty. I have not done anything with our greeting cards. I'm sorry, our playing cards, except to take off the extra. Yeah, I'm sure she's still there and that's fine. We overlap a couple of minutes, we chit chat, and then we'll get going. Hey, Christina, I just tore off the extra tea bag and then inked these up, and look at the difference. Hey, Valerie, good to see you. Look at the difference in these. And the only thing I think I want to do with these is just cover the back with some journaling paper. So hopefully I'll get to those. I went and I had done a couple of artist trading cards just the other day. And so I'm going to include this one because the colors go just right. I took here's another one of our little paper clips. Now see, I'll get these all out of a pile and I won't be able to find them. This is our $18.99 photograph here that we're going to use. I didn't do anything to the front of this. It is so extraordinary. On the back, though, I've just made a little pocket. I used some of the watercolor paper, some of the scripture page, and then some of this beautiful, hey, Jean, hey, Kathy, some of this beautiful piece here on there. So we've made a little pocket piece out here. Thank you, Sherry. I don't wear purple very often, but I really do like it. I should wear it more, huh? This little one, we had put the paper on the back. I just added some more of the brown paper and then added a little tab with just another little bit and a button. You love doing ATCs, Jimmy. I do too. I just feel like I don't use up enough stuff. That's my one frustration with them. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. With 2 pieces of paper, you can make 1,000 ATCs, So this one, I just put a little bit of the scripture down here with some of that paper. And I've just gone around and just finished up. This was the one that was the postcard. So I just put some old book page. This is the little one here that we did the little flip journaling spot. And I've just decorated it with a little bit of lace and a book page. This is a doily. I didn't do one thing to it, but it's in the pile. It's in the pile. Here's our river one. We just used some, these are the little Rossetti bits. I was working on those. We ran out of time last time. Okay, so we have all of these. This is another one of the ATCs from the other day. I'm holding it. We finished this one with the photograph and the tag on the paper. Oh, hang on. Oh my gosh, Michelle's journaling kits are sold out. Wow, way to go, Michelle. I could probably put together 5 as well, but you'd have to message me because I don't have it listed anywhere. But I could probably do that. Okay. Remember we did this one with the little boy and girl, a little watercolor paper and a little journaling piece. I just did a little bit of stenciling on these, just to add a little character. I got to use my little bit of my fabric that I dyed when I was learning from Michelle, and then a little journaling on there. And then this is how I finished off our little cards. Look at this. This is the tea bag. Once that, now my Diet Pepsi is going to gurgle at us. Talk to that. After that Mod Podge dried on that tea paper, the tea bag, it's hard, it's stiff, and it held its shape. I just think that's a cool little thing. Okay. Now, let's talk about pages in this book. So I have got a huge pile here, and there's no way I'm going to get it all in here, but excuse me, my little tummy is going to gurgle. No more soda. Okay, so I just pulled out a bunch of stuff. This is one of the front pages from the little book that we had, and I think it'll make just a cute little folded half page. It is very fragile, so I'll probably have to reinforce it. But I will do that. Hey, Teeny, welcome back. I pulled out a couple of just my plain brown note cards. I love to use them in my journals. We will see. This is a piece out of some ledger that I got. You can see it's in terrible condition, but it is so cool. This is Memo of Books, Bob and Sold. It's a lot of money in the day. He paid Scribner and Company $188.58. And so it's a book company's ledger. We are going to use this just the way it goes. All right. Then this is one of the pages from the little book. And I picked it because of this graphic. And I got so tickled when Michelle pulled out a graphic of a little girl to use, because this one is the one I pulled out of here. Now, I did use a little bit of washi tape just to give it a little help there. So I'm hoping to put that back in there. I grabbed some hymnal pages. I wanted the Sweet Hour of Prayer, but on the other side, it's the Star Spangled Banner, and that didn't do too much for me. I don't know. So there's always more. We definitely, because we're doing a friendship theme along with our water style, we're going to do What a Friend. That's going to go in there. Okay. So there's a folded page. Blessed be the tie that binds. Do you guys, are these hymns familiar to you guys like they are to me? I don't know. And this one is I'll Be a Friend to Jesus is this hymn. So we're going to go ahead and fold up 3. We may not use all 3, but we'll have them ready. There's an extra. This is just a nice firm piece. Yes, they're familiar to you. Yeah, I love a good old hymn. It's been a while though. We don't sing old hymns much anymore. I pulled this map out of my atlas, the map of New Hampshire. I don't know why we would have picked a New Hampshire map, but I think it'll be a fun addition to our book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a double fold in on it. Okay. So I folded it in the middle, and then I folded both sides in like this, and it goes in the book like this. So it would open and open and open, and we can decide how we want to decorate. You love, 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 love the old hymns. Okay. This is another page out of the book that we took. Nope, that's the same one because it's really brittle. I did pull out some of the envelopes. It's more of a traditional page, but we may use that. This is from my business page ledger books. So these were the records from the title department of the Kansas City Title and Trust Company. So we're definitely going to put this in there. I want to, oh, I think we can do it full fold. I think it'll work out okay. Using old ones periodically. We usually would have a special day where they would have hymns, and a lot of times they would call it like Stump the Music Minister, because the younger worship leaders, they don't know any of those hymns. These are some of the business pages from that book. I love the paper. It's hard to appreciate. It's stamped on the back. You have a few, I love to put maps in my books. Journals are almost always about a journey, right? And so I love to use a map. Okay, so on this, I am going to fold up and just leave it like this. We may cut it in half, or we may just use it as a double kind of a pocket piece. So I'm going to do that with two. I'm planning 2 signatures. Now, they will not be able to be big or thick signatures because, you know, my book is not got a wide spine in it. But we're going to prepare, and then we're going to see what will fit in there. Really, yeah, I always like to use a map. I always like to use a ledger. I found some beautiful letters. This is a handwritten letter, New York, 1871. You see that? I don't know why this is pinned on, but I'm leaving it there because in 1871, somebody thought this little paper needed to be pinned on, and it appears to be completely empty. So I am not going to fold this yet because I'm not sure. I may want to tuck it in somewhere so that it's more easily read. And it's very interesting. Okay, we're going to undo the pin because I'm too curious. It's a nice rusty one too. Don't want to poke myself with that one. Okay, so this little piece of paper with nothing in it was pinned to it. And then this opens like this, which is really interesting as well. February 6th, but there is no year. Look at the beautiful handwriting. So this is definitely going to go in somehow, some way. We've got another piece of business records. I mean, these people were spending some money. A lot of times you see these ledgers and they're so old that everything's super cheap, but this was matched corner wood packing boxes, and it was for $8,345. Assets were $18,982, and liabilities were $10,636. So this is like a monthly accounting in the time. But look at that. The handwriting just does me in. And this one I pulled out because it's cool, but because it's blue. I love this color with the other colors that we're doing. And we may fold that one up too. Oh, see, now I'm getting too worried about the papers and I don't want to use them. Okay, I pulled out some of my typing paper. This is the stuff that is fairly transparent. And I want to put a couple of these. They take up 0 space in our books, but when we're using these beautiful old papers, I love to be able to see it twice. You know what I mean? I love to be able to see it in its original, and then I love to be able to see it through these papers. Tracing papers work as well. These are just vintage typing paper is what they are. There is a lot of history in here from a lot of different places. These did not all come from the same source. These are collections from all over the place. And then if we just need something to fill with, I have some stained papers here. Okay, so let's get to looking here. I know, I gotta tell you, I'm so old that when I first started keeping books for one of our churches, it was still a handwritten ledger. It was still a handwritten ledger. And I did not know how to do it. I had to learn how to write in a ledger book to keep the records. And It was complicated. It wasn't my gift. Numbers have never been my gift. As a matter of fact, when I had to take the job, I told the pastor at the time that I would only take the job as the treasurer if he put aside bail money for me, because the chances of me doing the books and not going to jail I thought was pretty thin. And that's the truth. But I didn't. I did not. Okay, so let's look and see. Now we have to kind of divide, right? So the things that I have 2 of, I'm just going to put in 2 piles. Okay, that's easy. We've got these business documents that both have the stamp, so they can easily go in 2 piles. I've got 2 hymn pages, so they can each go in 1 pile. We've got this blue letter here, and I think we'll fold it this way. Oh, good, the paper's still good. I hate it when you bend that old paper in half and you feel it break, because then you know. This one was this way for 1,000 years. Look at that. So we're going to leave it that way. I think we are. I don't know. I'm afraid we'll break it up. Hey, Judy, how are you? Then we've got 4 sheets of the typing paper, so 2 in each pile of those. We have our really cool Kansas City paper, so we'll put that there. And then we need something over here. So we're going to put the letter in here. So we have the document piece and we have the letter. Then we're going to take this ledger chunk here. We've got our storybook page and 1 more hymn. So I'm going to divide those. Then we have our map, which will go in 1 section. And I pulled out this funny little greeting card. I know it doesn't match, but I think we can make it match enough. I love the floral thing. And it's a friendship card. And it says, just to say how much it means to me to know someone like you. And it was a little fold over and send. So it's even got a cute inside there. So we're going to try to work that in. Okay, let's see how big that's going to be, because I'm afraid that answer is too big. Okay. So we'll take one of our piles here. And let's just see. So in this one, we wound up with... Now I have to sort them again because, you know, Michelle told you in the first round when she put hers together that you kind of do a more plain and a more decorated. And I tend to do that exact same thing. So if we have this, then a little hymn on the front will give a nice, pretty change. And then when we open this up, we really have a lot of freedom here because there's not just a whole lot going on in there. There's 3 pages, and then we can go in with another one of these. And then I just love this. I think I'm going to turn it the other way though. Turn that fold in the other way, because then I'm going to sneak this in here. Okay. And I love this in the middle, but I'm a Kansas City girl. So, you know, I like that for me. That doesn't mean it's always the very best choice. And we do have our little note. I don't know how I feel about this. I think it's going to have to grow on me 1 more round. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of these envelopes. Oh, we're just glad you're back, Jimmy Lou. I'm going to take one of these envelopes in here because this is so delicate that I want to pop it in the envelope. Okay? Because I don't want to, it's just not going to put up to, I know, Sherry, that's the truth of it. Okay, let's see what we have here. So not in any, it's not perfectly put together or anything. It's only this thick. So I think if we keep it about this size, we should be okay. So we've got the hymn. Then when we open it up, we have the business stamp here. Then this opens up and it will make a little pocket. And then we have the beautiful blue. Tilt a little bit. Let me turn you guys just a little bit. There we go. And then we have the see-through that you can see through to the hymn page. Okay. And then we have hymn, but we have the plain here. And then we get the Kansas City. And then this will be in the center. And I'm going to like this because we'll mount something on this tab. Okay, so let's go with this as pretty good. And let's see what we can do with the other set of pages. So I just put a paper clip in them, you know, just to keep them, just to keep them a little bit. Okay, so here we have our map, which is a special page. So I'll probably keep this for the center. All right, and then here is where we have that beautiful handwritten letter. And so I'm going to just go ahead and fold this letter. This paper is amazing, the quality of it. It is so thick and heavy, even after all these years. But since we tucked something handwritten into the other signature into an envelope, let's do that again here and incorporate it. We'll leave it so you can see it. And let's tuck that around our map. Now this one we're building backwards. It's going to make me dizzy. I won't know what to do. All right. So then let's put our cute little graphic from the book. I do love to do that when I take apart a book. And then we can put that lovely see-through paper there. And then let's get, let's get our document that we have folded up into a pocket. Let's get that in there. And then let's try, blessed be the tie that binds. That one's got to be in there. And we'll put this, now this one has me really worried. This is really delicate. It might, and I obviously was raised in the era of doing cursive writing, but I'm not sure I can read enough of that to make it work. Okay, we're going to do it. Oh, it's fine paper. Oh, it's fine. I can't believe it. All right, so where is, I know y'all know because you were sitting right here. I thought we would use this doily in the binding of one of our signatures. But I think we need, this is so beautiful and torn. I'm thinking, hey, that we probably need one of these sheer pieces on the front. So let's just look. I think we can just snatch this one and put it around like this, okay, just to kind of protect that. Okay, so we have the sheer, which will be beautiful if we use one of these doilies. I'm still chasing the sun, guys. I am so sorry. Let's try coming back this way and down a little bit. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, so we have a doily, and then we have a see-through. We have our really cool wood packing boxes. I don't like the hem there, but we need something there, don't we? Okay, now I'm flipping. All right, so we do need it in there. Maybe we just need to, let's turn it. I like that. Make it a little off-center height-wise. And then we'll put the doily right on this one. Okay, so then we have to decide which one do we want for our front signature and which one do we want for our back signature. And let's see if they're going to fit. So all together, this is what we have. And when we set it in our cover, this is what we have. So I think we're going to be okay. We have a lot of fairly hardy embellishments to add here. And so we want to be mindful of that as well. But I think those are going to work. Okay, before we get to putting these in, because if there's anything you guys probably don't want to watch, it's me sewing in signatures and books. Let's do a little bit of work here on the insides of our covers and get them ready. And then I want to finish up our last hour together, putting our beautiful embellishments in the book and doing the cover. So it's going to leave us quite a bit of work to do. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think we're gonna, thank you, Becky. I had to put makeup on and I had to be ready by 7:30 in the morning, Missouri time. We are gonna take this card, which you love how ceremoniously I tore that thing up. Let me raise you up just a little bit. I love this. I love the little sentiment on here and I would like to use it. So I'm going to, let me grab my ruler. And let's just tear this and let's make this into a pocket on the inside cover. You think the doily signature should be the back one? I could agree with that. I think it would hold together pretty well. Okay, so we've just kind of torn this up. It was a novel. I had the pages. I just saw them while we were not together. I'll see if I can find them. It was a weird book. I didn't read it. Now, sometimes I will actually try to read the books a little bit. Hey, Cheryl. And this one had something to do with the fairy. It was weird. Matter of fact, the one picture that I used out of it in the cover, was the only picture I would have used, if that seems to make any sense. Okay, so let's glue this down to be a pocket. It's going to need a little bit of time to set up. So we're just going to, the two sides and across the bottom, because we have so many pretty things to add. This will give us a spot, right? We're going to need every spot we can get, I think. All right, I think that'll work. I will make sure. Yeah, you want to make sure. You guys, somebody asked me about my makeup routine one day when I started wearing makeup with you guys, and I literally wear 3 products. 3 products. If you are interested, I will do it for you one day. It takes me less than 2 minutes, and it is exactly 3 products. It's a loose face powder that helps cover many things. It is mascara, and it is my lipstick. That's it. 3 products, 2 minutes. That's all I ever spend. So, that's it. I mean, really, that really is it. Okay, now what do we want to do here in the front cover? I'm just not really sure. It's not that. I'm sure of that. Hey, I'm sure of something. Oh, Tina, I'm so glad you're with us and enjoying it. Really, really, I am. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's sew these things in, okay? Oh, sorry, I'm going back to read. You only wear makeup to church? You know, I had not worn makeup in so many years. You need oh my gosh. Well, you know, I don't have a lot of secrets in this life. If you want to see how easy it is and how you could do it, less than $20 worth of products and less than 2 minutes at a time. Honest to Pete, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to try to squeeze my 2 signatures into this book. And I've got my little awl here. Oh, you like this one? This is the same lipstick. I got to tell you, I did put just a touch of a pinker top thing on it. Well, there you go. Stick myself in the face with my awl. That'd be great. But yeah, and that's the same. All right, so to do these holes in my spine, I'm going to open my spine completely so that I can see exactly where I'm going. All right, and I don't have to be perfect, thank goodness, but I do want to be consistent. And I also don't have to make a huge hole here. I just want to be able to see it from the other side. So I can go back through from the inside out. And I like to come down a good inch on my books, just because sometimes I use short paper, and an inch in gives me a better shot at actually catching everything. Now I do have a pad of paper underneath here. Oh, Carol, how'd it go? I hope everything is good. I hope everything is good. Ugh. So we're pushing holes in, and now we're just going to come down here about an inch from the bottom, kind of lining things up. I absolutely love this book cover. Because I love the texture, I love the age, I love the hint of gold on it. Maybe now that we're out, yeah, see that? Just a hint. This is some old gold stuff. And now from the inside, so you can see my holes. So, thank you about the clothes. I don't buy one piece of clothing new. It all comes from thrift stores or garage sales. And I do that because I like to be able to wear it, and then when I get tired of it, I like to be able to get rid of it, and shopping that way allows me to do that. Okay, so I've got my pages here open to the center, and I'm just going to slip, I'm going to try really hard to slip a paper clip over that and hold it together for me. And I'm going to grab one more. I could have used my bookbinding clips, but these are thin enough that it works okay. I just want to make sure that I've squeezed it really good here. And then this is going to be the front. Somebody said they thought the doily should be on the back, and there we go. And now for this part, I'm just going to lay my book right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show you. There we go. I'm laying it down where I can see the holes through there. You see that? And for binding today, I'm just going to use this gold embroidery floss. Okay. And I've got full 6 strands. And I have it doubled. So I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to actually have 12 strands of embroidery floss going. Okay. And now I just open my pages. I've got them laid right in here where I'm hoping they'll go. And I'm going to poke in the middle and come right back through that middle hole I made. Okay. And it's, I do not have the world's strongest hands. So a lot of times I got to find something to help push that needle through. And I didn't go back and make the hole really big. So there we go. We're just going to wrestle it. And then I'm going to pull it through. I always use a mile of string, way more than I could possibly ever need. Okay. And I leave big old tails hanging out here. Then I close my book piece back over, and I'm going to come through this upper hole that we poked. And boy, oh boy, I should have worked at getting them a little further. Use the table. Trick number 3. If you can't get pulled through, use the table. Okay, now I'm going to lay my pages right back in where I want them to go. I'm going to open that up. Press it all together really good, and I can see now where I want to go through my pages. You can punch your holes in your papers. You know, you can use an awl like I used to do the holes in the spine, and you can pre-poke your holes in your pages as well. I just usually don't. I don't know. Call it lazy. This is, if somebody asked about the needle, this is the biggest needle I can buy at Walmart. And it's about a 4-inch upholstery needle. You don't have to have one quite this long, but you want something heavy duty enough to really work it. You know what I mean? Okay, now we're back on the inside, going right back to the same place, lining up everything and taking a stab through my paper and back through the back cover of that book. Okay, and there we go. I'm going to love this gold thread back here on the back. I think it's going to be really pretty. Okay, now we've got to go back through that middle. So I'm just going to go through the cover, and then I'm going to just hope for the best here. I always have to re-look. There we go. And we're coming right back through one more. Now we can gather everything up. We want our strings like a cross, one on each side there, and now we really tighten. I always have to check because I tend not to do it right. And then I'm just going to put a nice double knot. No, I don't have the trouble with my the holes getting any bigger, because once you get everything tied in here to the spine, the stress on the book is over. Like these pages, they're not going to get pulled this way. They're only going to get turned. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to slip off my clips. And we're going to make sure I put it in right side up, because I have been known to put them in upside down. So I didn't. Here's our back pouch. And here is our first set of pages right in there. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now we're ready to do our back signature. Now this one is a little bit tricky because of the doily. So I'm going to set it aside right now. And I'm also just ignoring the fact that my map paper is way high. I would rather trim it after we get all this put together. So, you know, I say that, that's probably a fib because it's going to make my clipping really difficult. Hold please. That's what my friend Michelle would say. I'm going to go ahead and trim the map down to the right height. Look, I caught my thread all up in my scissors. Only me. Only me. Okay. So I'm just going to pick a line here. Okay. Now we should be where we want to be. Back here in the middle. And this time the map is our center. Okay. There we go. Get everything evened up in place and slip our paper clip on over the whole thing, right? Just to hold everything together where we want it. Okay. Now let me see if I have enough thread. I hoped that I would have enough thread without having to restring my needle, but we'll see. Not if I knotted it all up. Hold please. Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. I always said just thank you to people. And then when my second son, the one here that lives next door, started college, he made friends with a really great group of people who are still his very good friends today. They continued to do life together. And some of them had the habit of saying thank you very much or thank you so much. And now it's not a thank you without that. So we've picked that up. Isn't that interesting? So it's kind of like saying hold please. And we say thank you so much. Thank you so much. There we go. Of course, I got a knot in it. And then once I get it unknotted, we'll find out if it's long enough. And then we may still have to trim another one. I think it is. You need 3 links of a book. So the other one, we had lots of extra room. And this one is going to be a little bit tighter. Now that I have everything clipped, I can place my little doily under the clips. But it's really hard to hold that doily for me and hold all the pages. So now I'm just tucking the edges of it. Okay. And it's going to go, it's our back signature, and it is upside down. Whew, glad we looked. Make sure our photo, was there one of these? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we have everything together. Here, I've got my pages held together really tight, and I'm going for the center, and I am going to look on this one because I want to come through the center of that doily. Okay, so I've just stabbed up through there, and now I'm going to go out through this center hole. And then we'll have that doily at least kind of held in place. Thank you for sending me stars, you guys. That is so kind. Okay. Now, I got to be a little more careful with my string this time. So I'm going to gather it up, and I'm going to try to hook it under my paper clip a little bit so I don't just yank it all the way through. Okay, so I'm out through the middle, and I'm going in through either the top or the bottom. It absolutely does not matter one bit. Okay, you're watching from Disney? Oh, that sounds awesome. Okay. So I'm coming back in through the top. I'm not even trying to go through my pages. I'm just getting through the covers. Okay. And now I'm going to very carefully make sure that I have that doily where I want it, because they are very easy to get out of alignment, I think. Easy for me to get it out of alignment. Okay. Back through all my pages. Ugh. Yes. Ugh. Okay, pull it, get it unhooked, and pull it. Now we can look for this last pass here. Make sure our doily's nice and tight. They are tricky. And I can see that I want to go through. There's a nice even spot on my doily. I'm just going to go through my pages so I can get a hold of it. You guys, you sent me more stars. Unbelievable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I got strings going everywhere. I don't even know where I'm at currently. There's the inside. Now we're coming back through the middle. Here we go. Last stab. Okay. And I want to get through the same spot in that doily. It's like sewing on a button. I feel like when I'm putting a button on something, I spend half an hour just trying to get the needle to come up through the right place. There we go. Ta-da! We did it. Okay. Oh, that's our string from the other signature. No wonder I was so confused. Okay. 2 sets of string under, 2 over, nice and tight. Take a look. Our doily looks good. Oh, I missed the cover. I am not through the cover. Oh, dear goodness. I'll show you exactly what I mean here in a second. As soon as I undo my hard work. Look, I didn't go through the hole. I went around the edge. I don't even know how I did that. So I just clipped my thread. Wow, it doesn't want to come back out either. It's a happy little thread. What's going on? There we go. So I'm just pulling it back through, undoing what I did. It is not the end of the world, although it's a pain in the rear because I've just undone the whole thing. Oops, that's right. Oops is right, you guys. It happens. It happens. And then that's the joy of these kind of things, though. Nothing is a critical error. Everything can be repaired. So let's try again. Okay. So now we've got holes in our book, and we've got the hole. It should at least go through much easier because we've already poked the holes in our cover wide enough. All right, there we go. Just unthreaded my needle. I'm doing it. I have not given enough thought to the November swap. I did have one thought, but I haven't developed it very well yet. You guys are still wanting to do it? You still want to swap some more? We can sure do it. We can sure do it. Okay. Needles threaded again. Get a hold of all my pages. Come back through my top hole. Get it where I can see where I'm going. Go through the doily and match the spot in the pages. Okay, out through the bottom. Match the spot on the doily. And out. Out through the cover of the book this time. What do you think about that? I think that is a much better plan altogether. What is this one? We have a private group. I have a little crafty sharing page, and we have a private group where we do a monthly swap, where I put a poll in, we choose a topic for a swap, and then we assign swap partners. And you guys just send each other a little bit of happy mail. So I will put, we got it that time. I will put a poll in. I always do that each month. So I will do that soon. I'll say what we're going to swap for November. And then if you want to swap, you just say yes. All right, let's check again. Could be a little tighter, but we're in much better shape all in all than we were before. So nice tight tug, and we should have it. Okay, there we go. A nice double knot. One. Oh, hang on. I'm reading, sorry. Gotta go back and catch it. Gotta go back and catch it. I have made a wider spine, Valerie. I am not a super confident person to just do that all the time. Okay, so here we have a lot of strings. I'll deal with those while we're not together. So here we have our book. Everything is in. Our spine threads look nice and smooth. We open up. We have I'll Be a Friend to Jesus. It's right in the beginning. We'll do something in here. And now we're to a point where we can do something in here because we can see. And so everything is in there good. I like it. Looks good. Let's find the doily. Yay. It's attached in there nice. It stayed smooth. And then we can come right on through our second signature. And I like it. It's not, I'm not a perfect crafter person. I like that my pages vary a little bit in length. And so I think we've got our hem. We've got our little bit of business paper there. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Now, since we got a little bit of time, let's look a little bit on what we would like to do on the inside cover. So let me pull back all of our goodies here. And let's see which one of them we would like to put on the inside cover. I think just having we could do a little band or a little pocket that just holds this. And I think that's probably a good plan because then we're going to have more give in our space here at the front, if that makes sense. I think it does. Okay, so let's get something that we can make a little pocket. Maybe one of our photos. It's not going to make the best pocket. Maybe we need to trying to figure out how it's going to fit in there. You know how that works? Because we decorated it all up really cute. Now we got to figure out how in the world are we going to make it stay. I've got some of this lace. I have this beautiful thing here. Look at this thing. It's amazing. And something like that would definitely be flexible enough if we made a pocket with it. But let me find the end of this. This is what I'm thinking here. Just get a piece. Lace for the booklet. I think so too. What if we just put a band that went up and down like this in here, and then we could tuck our book underneath it like that. I like that. You like that? And I think it'll hold really well. I think that will hold quite well. I'm going to leave the tails hanging long at top and bottom until we absolutely make a final decision about what we're doing with the front cover. We might like it. Okay, let's leave that sitting there. And then I'd like us to have a little something. Oh, we've got so many choices. Let me take a second and glue up these folded up pockets that we made. And this one doesn't have any writing on the other side, so it won't do us any good to fold it back down. If it had some cute typing on it, we could fold it back down. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tammy, bless your heart. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. I have been making books, Paula, for a long time, long before bookmaking was cool. I was never a scrapbooker, but I always loved books. And so making books and putting them together was a natural thing. I did a lot where I would alter an existing book. That was really comfortable to me, and I liked it. And then when I learned about how to bind and actually put them together, it was a whole new world. And oh, I just loved it. And to use all of the cool old stuff that I loved anyway was just like a triple bonus, a triple bonus. Guys, I cannot even believe that Michelle is going to be on in 14 minutes and she's going to be doing her last segment. This day has gone by so quickly. So very quickly. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts that you would be here and hang out and craft with us. I am so thankful for you guys. Our little saying at Mama P's house is we cook, we craft, we chat, and we build community. And we welcome anybody in to be part of our community. We want to know you. We want to, look at that, I love that. Opens up right in the middle there. Mount one of our cool pictures. We're going to mount it on these flaps. There's our book page. Let's glue this little pocket up. Okay, get that one thing. You think so? I tell you, if you want to do a craft that really, it's very forgiving. There are really no rules, and it's very inexpensive. I know when you see us sometimes pull out some of this fancy stuff, first of all, you have to remember that Michelle and I didn't start out with any of this fancy stuff, and we've both been creating for a long time. I have been collecting the stuff that I use for years, years and years and years. And you don't have to have hardly anything to really get started, I don't think. I think you just have to want to. Now I'm going to get the hiccups. If I get the hiccups, y'all will forgive me for that, right? I made this watercolor strip, and it's too bright. It's absolutely too bright. But I'm wondering if we put it underneath the lace. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not loving it. And I'm sad I don't love it because I really wanted to. I really, really wanted to love it. You don't need any fancy tools. A ruler is handy dandy. You don't even have to have a pair of scissors. I mean, you really don't. I haven't hardly used scissors at all today. Okay, I think that my glue will be warm enough now. Let me, Oy, where did I put the end of the lace I cut off? There it is. And I'm gonna take it, I think, a little further here to the back. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, because I don't know, let's see. I'm going to use my hot glue because with this crocheted lace, it will hold it very well and it will hold it right now. And I appreciate both of those things when I'm doing that. You love inking, Dana? I have a love-hate relationship with inking. I love the way it looks. I don't always love doing it. Okay. That's the world's hottest glue gun. So I'm going ouch, 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 ouch. Silently, of course. In my mind. Okay, like I said, I'm going to leave these little tails because I'm not exactly sure how they may work in with our front cover plan. Okay, so then we're just going to slide our little accordion book. Oops, it's upside down. Oh, that'll work even better. That way, if it slips out of the belly band, it'll go into the book instead of out. Okay, so now we have that there, and we can take a little extra stuff. I'll figure out what we can add on here in between our next sessions. Okay, now we've got some big pictures. Like, I love this little boat on the water. Goes with our water theme. Hello. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to take a couple of these larger pictures that we have, and we're just going to glue them to the envelope flap. Okay, that way they have a good secure foundation. You have to get your charger hooked up and gives it plenty of space to hold on to. So envelopes in journals are just something I truly love. And so on both of our envelopes, we can go ahead and get these put in. You want to be a little bit careful about seeping glue in this instance because you don't want to stick your pages together. It tends to happen. Okay. And then we'll come back over and we'll add a little decorative touch right here, but that gives us a completion. So let's find our other envelope flap. Where did it go? There it is. And let's find another one of our larger pictures. This one is really large, but I've already put a pocket on the back. So I'm thinking this one is going to wind up just as a addition. So where is one of our other larger photos? Here we go. This little guy is adorable. Love, love, love it. And it will work really good. And we'll do the same thing. So we'll just glue on that envelope flap. And put that sweet little photo right in there. And our little tab will, oh, we can't see it. There's a little tab. Aren't they cute? I love doing that with the envelope flaps. Now, I already decorated some on the back, but it doesn't interfere. So we got fortunate there. If it did, we would just put something else over it. And like I said, you can decide. These things don't bother me, having the plain flap. But if it did, I mean, I would just come right back in with another piece and just cover that other side. It is always, always, always an option. Okay. And that gives us that cute little detail there. Okay, that was an easy one. Hooray. This is where I always get afraid of my own books. Isn't that silly? I'm like, okay, Cheryl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so we need something in our little pocket here. It's not big enough for some of our really big stuff, but it will hold our cute little ATC card. I don't know if you can see that or not. It has a little dangle on it. And the dangle. Oh, Esther, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Valerie, for welcoming her. These photos remind me of some of my old family photos that are put away as well. Someday I'll find them again, and then I'll be making this stuff with my own family photos because I don't know who any of them are. And I don't think there's anybody left in our family who does. So it is, might as well craft them. That's where we are with that. All right, right here would be a great little spot. I know something I got to pull out before our next time together, and that is I want to grab some, oh shoot, I probably won't grab it now because I've already forgot what it was. Oh, I wanted to finish these up with a little note on the back, but I'm thinking for this one, I love the way it looks against this brown paper. I think I'm just going to mount it here on the two sides, and it'll make just a little tuck spot, and then we don't have to decorate the back of the card. So it's just a plain card. We decoupaged and tea bag to it, and then I inked the tea bag to take it from that bright 1970s look to a much more vintage appearance. Okay, so that can sit up and dry. And then, I love paper. You guys love paper? I love to feel the paper. This one has got some heft on it. With that, it's going to need a page back here that will give it something strong to hold on to. It may, I think it probably needs the other side of that envelope as well. For that very reason, it will hold it when I'm afraid other things are not. So let's get another little bit of our lace here. And let's do a slip through bands going this other way. Did I make it big enough? It's pretty close. I think we better give it a little extra. It's going to need all the room it can get. Let's give it a little extra. Paper makes you happy, Dana? Me too. Me too. And I love it when school supplies come out. I love, nothing makes me happier than the smell of a new crayon. Gosh. Okay, let's glue this over here. Tuck that in there. And then we're going to just tuck the back sheet, that blue one, underneath there and slide our little photo over. And then our little dangly piece will hang right there. And if that gives us a lot of trouble, that'll stick up there. I think we'll be okay. Ah, yeah. What's the best way to age those pages? You've got a songbook with newer looking thin pages. The first thing I would try would be a little coffee staining. You just make a really strong instant coffee. You can use regular coffee. I just use instant. It's what I have. And then just run the pages through and set them somewhere to dry. You can dry them in the oven or you can dry them in the sun. And that's the way I age them if I want to age a bunch. That's just easier. If I'm just needing one or two, you can put some coffee, again, in a little spray bottle, a spritzy bottle, and do that. And you can also... hey, Dana, how are you? You can also just ink them. Just take your distressing ink or any tan color ink and get your little tool and just all over the place age it. And it depends on the kind of paper. Some of the newer hymnals have a really slick paper finish, and they don't take coffee stain very well. The Ditto machine, yes. And so in that case, I definitely would go with the inking of it. If they won't take the coffee stain, you just do the inking part. Look how big this thing is getting already. We may have overestimated. We got a lot of good things still to put in here. I'm going to have to find a good closure, and I didn't even think about a closure. So I guess we'll be thinking about that too, won't we? Oh my gosh. You know, the last office I worked in, it still had one of those drum copier machines. It sounded like a shotgun going off every time it spun around, but it made the fastest copies in the West. Okay, guys, I am going to spin and get my winner for this hour. If you were here before, you saw it, but these are the little goodies I'm giving away. It's full of ephemera. I'll add some little bits from here. And I'm going to spin and not look, and then I'm going to stop. And whoever I stop on is the one. So I'll just look over here like I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Okay, stop. And let's see. Tammy, it's you. Tammy Mattis. I'm putting your name on my list right now. Tammy, I don't think I've shipped to you before. If I have not, please send me a message, Tammy, and give me your address, okay? Let me write you down, and then we'll go back here. And I'm so proud of myself I didn't forget this time. All right, Miss Michelle will be hopping on here any second. Let's get one more, maybe one more little idea tucked in here. Maybe, I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. There's so much goodness. Yeah, let's get this glued down. It's going to take some glue. This one is. Oh, I could. I don't know. I'm going to put glue on the top and the bottom. And that way, if we decide we want to slide something else under there, we can. We don't have to. Nobody but us knows that it is done on both sides, right? Nobody but us knows that we left that open. Okay, I'm going to sit and hold this down. You guys hop over, say hello to my gal, Michelle. And she is on her last session with the book. I cannot believe it. I just can't believe it. All right, let's try to get that clip down to hold it. Those playing cards, sometimes they'll give you a run for your money. All right, let me see if we've got Miss Michelle going again yet. And I will get her sprinkled around. And I will be back with you guys in an hour. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. All right, let's see if I can find her. There we go. I'm going to get this all figured out about the time the day goes. All right, she is shared out and started. You guys catch her, and I'll see you in an hour. See you guys. Have a great time.